Hey, what's up, guys? So in this video, I wanted to show you a really quick way on how to use AI agents within Clay to improve the personalization of your campaigns. So this is a test that we're doing at the moment. So this table is not by any means, this table's not filled up properly. But I just wanted to show a very cool way in which you could, just to give you an idea or some insight into how you could think about AI personalization, as well as also how you could use AI agents and like what they actually even are. So basically, you can see here, this is just a generic list of software companies based in the UK. Got their emails, all that good stuff. But what we wanted to do was with the campaign, and this is a campaign that we're running for my own agency. So if you're doing cold outbound or email, etc., one of the lines I wanted to say was, "Hey, I saw that you guys worked with XYZ as like the initial sort of observation line," and then tie in, "Hey, if we helped you find more prospects like XYZ, would you be interested?" Or, "Hey, we built a lead list of prospects like XYZ. Does that sound good to you? Can I shoot that across?" Like those kinds of things work really well. Now we normally do like, "Hey, we saw that you worked with, and then the ICP job title, or that you target these kinds of people. Would you like a lead list that's similar?" That's one way of doing it, which is what we do right now, and it works very well. But for this, for example, this kind of takes it a step further, and you're like looking into their case studies, right? So imagine if you were able to literally reach out to someone and say, "Hey, I saw you worked with like 1, 2, 3 brands. Would it be useful if we found you customers or prospects similar to those brands? We made a list for you that's similar. Would you like to see it?" Right? This obviously works specifically for cold email, if you're offering that. But if you are offering like marketing agency services, or you are a software or anything along those lines, you can take the same creative basically way of thinking about it and say, "Hey, how can I find useful bits of information that might be very difficult to find unless I'm doing it manually? How can I do that with AI?" And that's where the AI agents actually come in. So it's basically saving you a shit ton of time from actually having to go in one by one. If I was to do this manually, I would literally go onto the website, right? And this is what it looks like to do it manually. I would go onto the website when it decides to load. And I would look on the website and I would basically go, right, who have they worked with? Have they got any case studies? Let's see, solutions, products, right? It would already, I'd have to go down here. I'd have to look how it works, et cetera, et cetera. Normally they have like customers that they've worked with, or like anything customers are saying, right? So what our customers are saying. So we've got VIP user, Gartner peer insights. Okay, that's not even the right. So yeah, so you can't even see what the. All right, here we go. Our partners, Genesis 5, these kinds of things, whatever it is. These are partners, so maybe they're not the actual case studies that they work with. So yeah, you can see that it's not the easiest to find it, even if it's manual. So what you're trying to do is basically tell the scraper to visit the link, which is the website link here, then go on the link, then based on the prompt and the kind of mission that you've given it, it will then act out and do certain things to try and find that information on the website. So it will go on like the main page, it will try on a different page and everything like that. And then eventually it will pull information and it will write it out like this. Now, in terms of the accuracy, you are obviously going to have to do some QCing. But the point of this is just to get you to look into understanding how you can use AI agents to basically leverage and have better research at scale. Because if you were to do this manually, it would take you bloody forever to do this for even a list of 250, but let alone a list of 250. If you were to do it for like a list of 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, it would cost you either loads and loads with a VA to do that personally, to go into every single company, or it would just take you freaking forever. So instead, this is I wouldn't even say shortcut. This is just a much more efficient way of doing it. Now, of course, there's some trial and testing that you need to do, and we're still figuring that on our side as well, in terms of like what the best prompts are and everything, and then how to work that into your workflow. But imagine if you could take very specific information that's on their website that is relevant to what you're offering with your email. Like, how much better would that make your emails convert? Because the thing is, it makes people look on the other side who receive your email saying, "Oh wow, this person actually took time to like research my company and what we do," and that is what's going to get you ahead of literally the bar isn't even very high for cold outbound. So that's going to literally get you ahead of pretty much everyone, and you're going to have a way better response rate, way better email to lead ratio as well. So again, it's not going to be the most accurate 100%, and you are going to need to play around with it. But I'm going to show you what the prompt that I used. So can you find the case studies or customer names or testimonials that a company has worked with on their website? A case study is usually proof of success that a company can get results for other companies or people. It's usually found on the first or second page of their website. Output the name of the company that is mentioned in the case study and the contact name or title if it's mentioned. A customer is a company that someone has worked with. A testimonial is a happy customer leaving a review. The website to look up, and then you would just link website. Now, I did, if I remember correctly, I got inspiration from this from Eric Nowoslawski. So feel free to check out his channel as well, because he's got a load of in-depth tutorials around similar stuff around clay. The output must be from this website and no other websites. Do not mention the name of the company. So obviously tell them not to, on here, they're probably going to be like, oh, ValidSoft, name on the website. Like, no, we don't want them to say the name of the own company. If you cannot find, then just leave it blank, right? Because then we can use like a backup or fallback or catch-all type of first line. And then we would run that. Now, ideally, you want to run it. So if you're using your own API, if you want it the cheaper version, 3.5, if you want the more expensive, you do GPT-4. It is a little bit more expensive and it can cost a little bit, especially if you're playing around with it. Obviously, test it out, but you can do like try, save and do not run. Oh, no, you can't. I don't think with the... I can't remember it correctly, but I don't think with the AI agent, you can do like try first 5 rows, whereas with this you can. It basically just shows you like a preview for free. But this is pretty cool. So if you can get this to work, or you can at least understand like, hey, this is one of the ways that you could use AI agents, this could be really, really useful for improving the relevance of your outbound emails at a larger scale. So you're still able to get quality and quantity together, and that's how you win, as opposed to just having quantity, right, with generic, which is crap, or you have quality, but then you have tiny volume. You don't want either of those. You want to maximize both of those. So that's the way that I would do it. And you can see here, like, I don't know, let's take this one, for example. Well, this one might be a good example. So Winshaw Capital, Wellwing Capital, and we can click on their website and see if they do mention those. And it will also tell you here as well. So this is a result, and then the reasoning is the names of the companies. So if you click on the actual thing, the names of the companies mentioned in testimonials are Winshaw Capital, Well, etc., and Confidence. And then it will tell you also the steps taken as well. So it went to this link, and then it looked at the text, and then it saw all of these names, and then etc., and it followed that. So if we just double check what this actually looks like, so Winshaw Capital, Wellwing Capital, let's see what. Let's have a look and see if this actually comes up. Hedge funds, banks. But yeah, it's a bit confusing even for me. Mizuno Bank, Global Markets. Yeah, so you basically, you can see here that it is not 100%. I'm going to try another one here and see. ASGC. Where did it go? Hold on. If we look at the steps taken, we can go here and see what that looks like. FinTech award systems. So that's still not mentioning the names of the companies that we are looking for. What if we just click on these links and see? I'm just trying to basically verify the information and see how correct it is. Orchestrate. Does it mention Orchestrate? Let's have a look and see. So I think it does. Oh, here it does. Yeah, here we go. So it does actually say it. Sorry, yeah, I can see here. I was just looking for Winshaw, but it does say here. So Mizuno Bank, Global Energy Management. I think it might mention that somewhere. But yeah, you get the point here. So obviously, I'm not going to like look into it specifically, but you get the point here, which is it is actually correct, and it does find the information, and you can see how it's found the information, which is pretty damn cool. Even I manually having to look through, I would be like, wait, where do I find the information? But I can see, I noticed Mizuno on one of them, so the fact that it picked up Mizuno as well is pretty cool. I haven't seen the other ones, but I'm sure they're out there. If Mizuno was picked up, then the other ones should have been picked up as well. But you see how how that's basically going on different web pages and finding those specific words and case studies and then pushing them out as here. And then the line that we would have, so this just gives you, so this pulls the information, this just gives you the result, like these are the companies that they've worked with. And then what we would do is we would use AI to basically read that, right? Because obviously just having a list of companies isn't going to be the best thing that you do. You have to read it. Based on the input, write a sentence that starts with the prefix, so that you guys worked with, and that would be the intro observation line, right? And then mention 1 to 2 of the customers within here, right, from this result, and this is the result. The input empty, just keep the output empty. All right, and then that would do, so for example, so that you guys work with Mizuno Bank, so that you guys work with Deepal, so that you guys worked with, okay, I'm not sure if that one's the best, financial, I mean, that could be a company, I'm not sure, worked with National Research Council, Canada and Georgia Pacific, USA, so that you guys worked with company X, etc., etc. So you can see here that, sure, the accuracy could definitely be improved, right? But the goal of this is lead with this. If it cannot find the case studies, or the case studies are wrong, right? And there's going to need to be a bit of QC, but you want to test it on, like, say 100 and then check those. And if those are looking good, then run it for the rest of the table. But if you can't find those, then move on to like a more generic opening line of something else that you can use. But this is if you want to get really specific. So that's how I would use it. And you can see here how kind of cool that would be. So I think I actually wrote out like a couple more formulas here as well. But you can see how cool that is. So you can also use that for, just making your emails way more personalized and relevant. So I wanted to make this video. I thought it was going to be a quick video, but I ended up talking quite a bit. So I just wanted to show you how to improve your cold outreach campaigns using Clay. And something like this was a pretty cool case study. We're still testing this out at the moment. But we know that when we used AI in the past to make the campaigns way more relevant, it works really well, and we've been able to get clients from it. So, and help our clients as well get clients. So it definitely works. You just have to use it in the right way and figure it out. But what this is doing is, instead of having multiple people on a team, you now have one person that can manage all of this with Clay and with AI. And that means that you don't need to spend as much money doing all this other stuff and managing all these people. You have less of a headache, and you can do everything from one place, which makes it so much better. And you can have more relevant outreach without costing a bunch of money, with people having the same headache or spending the amount of time that you normally would. So if all of this stuff is interesting to you, or you want to learn more, then we're offering and starting to offer some consulting services and coaching services. So if you want to learn how to use Clay, enrich your list, get better results with your cold email campaigns, then feel free to reach out to us. I'll put the link in the description below. You can book a call with myself, and I'll see you in the next one.